I know we kind of ask about Juan one way or another every day now, but when he gets into these types of stretches, of streaks, how is he different than 99.999% of the players around?
Yeah, 99.9 is a pretty good number there. He's unbelievable. He's an elite. I think his ability to do a lot of different things offensively. When he's on a roll, he's impacting the baseball and driving the ball to the pull side. He can go the other way. The walks, the way he controls the strike zone. So that way, when it's hard for him, which, is the tough stretches, like instead of 0-for-4, it's like an 0-for-2 because of 2 walks. And when he gets going like that in stretches like this, what we're seeing is the impact, take what the pitchers are giving him. Like yesterday, we saw it lined right up the middle. Today, with an opportunity to do damage, gets a good pitch and hits it to the pull side. It's just his ability to use the whole field. It's just pretty impressive.
Over the last week or so, feels like Semien's starting to turn the corner a little bit. What overall are you seeing differently in his at-bats?
Short to the ball, quick, tough right on right today with Bender, and he's able to hit that sinker. He's not missing pitches there. Controlling the strike zone a little bit better. We're gonna need him, man. It's been hard for him, but the one thing for this guy is he's gonna continue to post. He's gonna continue to play and grind out. So it was just good to see him continue to get results. With runners in scoring position, he's been pretty good. Against lefties, he's been pretty good, which is good to see, obviously, against a tough righty today.
Tony.
Just in general, offensively, you scored 25 runs this series. What about that output is sustainable to you now going forward?
I think if we could keep controlling the strike zone and just staying aggressive with pitches in the strike zone. We had a tough series against the same team, last weekend when basically we didn't do anything offensively. And then for us to make that adjustment quickly and put that type of performance the whole weekend, it was just good to see, our ability to make adjustments, to respond. I thought today, we talk about the Soto Grand Slam, but what happened before that? Guys controlling the strike zone, getting on base. And we saw that throughout the whole weekend again. So good to see it. And it's finally, you started to see some of the guys that are in the lineup playing every day, playing with some confidence here.
Jen.
You guys have played pretty well at home. I think it's 500 now. But now to go on the road, what do you guys need to do to continue that success and away from home, kind of build on what you've built here?
For us to get to where we want to get, we need to play well here and we need to play well on the road, especially in the position we're in. But the mentality is just continue to take it one day at a time. Important road trip here. You celebrate today, this weekend. We got out of the gate this past homestand 0-2, and for us to win in the last 4, it was huge. But now we got to go, and we're playing 2 really good teams. But we started to see some signs of who we are as well as a team. So again, one day at a time, one series at a time.
And Torrens obviously stayed in the game, so he was okay getting hit there on the
Yes,
on the hand.
yeah, he was fine.
And Alvarez, do you have any plan for him for this week? With
As of right now, the plan is for him to play Tuesday in Syracuse.
All right, Joe.
Carlos, just what did you see from Nolan today?
He had to battle, again, the command of his pitches, whether it's the sinker. I thought the cutter was a pitch that he used to get back in counts against lefties, but just like some of those sweepers, just missing arm side. He was able to battle, make pitches when needed, especially with traffic, and got us through 5. But you take that outing, but obviously understanding there's some improvement there. But he's going to continue to work, and it was just good to see him battling and getting the job done.
Any clarity on the rotation for the next couple of days?
We're going to have a bullpen day tomorrow.
Party, Drew.
How much does David's 4 innings there help you set up the rest of the week?
Solid. For him to go out there and just understanding where the game was, attacking, not messing around, throwing strikes, working good tempo with Lou in the same page. And for him just to be able to finish the game like that was huge. Kind of give the guys a blow back there, and now it kind of puts us in a little bit of a better position for the next 3 days in Seattle, especially us using bullpen games here.
Did you know who the opener is tomorrow?
Now I've got to go back and talk to the pitching coaches and see which way we're going to go. We'll announce it at some point here.
Carlos, ¿qué tan importante estos últimos dos partidos el picheo hace el trabajo y tú no usar tanto el bullpen? Y además, los dos lanzadores hoy que venían de una turbulencia que no le había ido bien.
Importante esas dos victorias, una tremenda serie contra el equipo de Miami. Todos sabemos lo que pasó en el fin de semana pasado allá y venir nosotros a hacer el ajuste los últimos 2 días, la ofensiva, los turnos, como los muchachos compitieron. Y como tú dices, los lanzadores en Nolan y Peterson, que ha sido bastante difícil para ellos en las últimas salidas, que nosotros podamos usar ellos dos y de la manera como lanzaron, darle descanso al bullpen, nos pone en una mejor posición para la serie que vamos a enfrentar ahora mismo contra Seattle.
Back.
Can you talk about the defense with AJ and Benj in the outfield, number one? And number two, does AJ need a little pat in the back late?
It's a game changer. Part of the reason, the pitching staff is having success is because we're making those plays. In the outfield, we saw it yesterday with 2 great plays. Those balls fall, and it's a completely different inning, completely different outing. So they're changing the game with the way they're playing defense. With AJ, I mean, all of them, they need that. But I think it's just the understanding of like, hey, we got another one tomorrow. In the minor league, you probably have an off day, on a Monday. Like, you got to get ready for another one and be able to turn the page. And I think just using some of the veterans that we got in there, Carson, kind of sharing his experience in his short career here. Like, hey, man, like, it happens. Just keep going. And I'm not worried about AJ. Wouldn't be surprised if he goes off tomorrow.
Nolan, how'd you feel overall about the outing?
Yeah, I felt good. Obviously, a few more walks than I'd like. Some of those being where I obviously picking spots and trying to find a better matchup with a base open or something like that. But there's a few still kind of got away from me that I got to hone in.
What adjustments or changes did you make in between starts that you feel you potentially made some progress on this start?
Yeah, I've just been getting a little pushy on the rubber. And it's still a work in progress. I felt at times kind of got away from myself and what I've been working on in between starts. So hopefully I can continue to clean it up.
When you say pushy on the rubber, what do you mean by that?
I don't know really how to explain it. I guess just leaving my back hip a little bit early and my arm getting late would probably be the best way to describe it.
I think you said on Monday you thought you might have been working too hard in between starts. Did you adjust the between starts routines this week?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's that line between quality and quantity. So I'm still trying to get good work in between starts. It's just a matter of how many times I'm touching the mound and how intent my throws are when I do touch the mound. And I was definitely a little more cautious about it this week.
In those last 2 starts, you seem to have some trouble when traffic got on base. What do you kind of take away from today's start when you were able to leave it and those 7 runners on base?
Yeah, I mean, it's always good to leave guys stranded out there. It's nice when you can get a good ground ball or like a weak fly out. It always helps. So anytime I can get out of a jam, obviously I don't want to pitch into jams, but anytime you get out of them is a good way to be.
How about the importance of sweeping them after last weekend in Miami?
Yeah, I mean, it's big. The way we've set ourselves up so far this year, I mean, we need as many wins as we can, and it's definitely some good momentum. Cool. Thanks, guys. Oh.
The walks and the hit buys, you have some thoughts on what's going on here as far as control?
It's nothing I'm too concerned about. I mean, there's times where I pick spots to where I'm going for an all-or-nothing punch-out or a walk and not really giving in to the guy at the plate to face maybe the guy on deck. And then obviously there's still some where, like, yeah, you lose it for a few pitches and it's hard to get back in the zone. And the hit by pitches, I mean, I'm trying to go in on guys. And sometimes they get away from me a little bit.
How important is it to you to give length, 6, 7 innings with somebody?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the most important thing's winning out there. But, yeah, I would love to go 7 innings every time I get the ball. sometimes you face a lineup like the Marlins who are really grinding down at bats and pitch counts gets higher than you want. But yeah, I mean, anytime you can go 7, it's a good for the team.
Well, when you come up in that spot, bases loaded against a rookie pitcher, just how is your mindset different when you know there's nowhere for them to put you?
I mean, in that situation, I know where was the pressure. I just tried to execute. Get a good pitch. I know he was kind of a little wild throwing balls, so I know he's gonna try to get in the zone early. So I was just ready to go.
It seems like we've asked you, for a couple of weeks now about just how good you're feeling offensively, and you say you feel like you can do some damage and you're feeling good. But can you kind of quantify the difference in feel when you're on a stretch like this versus when you're not quite where you want to be or you're looking to find it?
I mean, even when I don't feel good, I try to do damage. I try to help my team either way. Even if I feel like this, I try to take my pitches, try to help the starting pitches or whoever's on the mound that I got to go out there again. If I'm leading off, what is my role? Is get on base. So even if I feel good or I feel bad, I try to help the team that way. If I have to get somebody over, so I have to bunt the ball, I will do it either way. So for me right now, it's just the same mindset, the same plan, but feeling different at the plate.
This was one of the first times all season where team-wise you guys were pretty relentless offensively in all 3 games of the series. What was the biggest difference in your eyes?
I feel like everybody knows what to do. We have a plan and we execute throughout the whole series. I think the whole lineup came ready to attack for a plan, and we all did the same thing, and we attack as a team.
Is that something that you feel at times had been lacking, the execution of the plan that was discussed before the game?
It happens. It happens sometimes when guys get a little anxious when we have guys on base, and we kind of get away from it. But it's always good to get a reminder and stay locked in the plan.
What have you made of some of the plays that AJ and Carson have made in the outfield?
They are great, man. They are great. They call each other psychopath, and I'm like, yeah, you guys are. I mean, it's just crazy how hard they go into the wall or running around the field. It's incredible. It's really fun to watch.
How much are you enjoying just kind of being like a mentor to them?
I mean, I don't try to be a mentor. I try to be one of them, I try to make them feel like they are part of this. They are the same as me. They have the same voice. They just, some things that sometimes we got to help them, to get through it. And it's first time for them being in the big leagues. But at the end of the day, I try to be one of them. I just try to enjoy the moment and have a great time with them.
Marcus, first of all, overall, Juan was just talking about how well he thought you guys stuck to your plan as a group this series. Just what, in your opinion, are you seeing group-wide right now?
Well, I mean, I think we learned from the series in Miami kind of on what worked against us, so it's time to make some adjustments. I think that's what this league is always about, is making adjustments. They're a team who has really good stuff. They threw us a lot of off-speed, but we know they have high velocity too. So we have to be able to handle velocity, but get in the right spot and get the ball a little higher up, because we chased a lot. It's never going to be perfect, but I think if everybody as a group kind of goes with that approach, it makes it tougher on them, and that was part of the conversation.
So you mentioned team-wide adjustments. Is there any adjustment that you've been making that has led to the success the last week, or the ball's just starting to come along?
I mean, just working hard every day in the cage. You work hard to make sure you can go out in the game, see the ball well, hit the balls in the zone that you're supposed to hit, and that's always going to be the goal for me. It's just there's been lots of ups and downs, but the work never stops. So that's what I love about this game is we have basically 8 months to work as hard as we possibly can to get to a point where we're playing in the game and the ball slows down a little bit and your swing is right.
How much of a relief or how gratifying is it that the results have come, particularly here in this homestand for you?
Yeah, I mean, I just want to win. I want to score runs. Whenever I go up to the plate, my goal is to score a run. So it's definitely fun to get on base and score some runs and drive the ball, and definitely want to keep it going.
As someone who has made a living not just offensively but being a sparkling defender, when you see the two young kids in the outfield playing the type of defense they've been playing? Just what stands out to you?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of those balls are hit over my head, and they feel like they're going to be doubles or triples, and then they're running them down. So it's a good feeling. It makes our pitchers feel like they can be confident in the zone. And we have, I've said it all along about those guys. The talent is through the roof. The experience is how they're going to get better every day, and this was a great series defensively.
David, how do you approach this role in a day like today when you're coming in?
When I'm given the ball, I'm going out there trying to do my job, put up zeros, and help the team win.
Are you thinking, all right, I'm finishing the game today? Like, is that the mindset coming out of the pen today?
Yeah, I mean, I'm built up, so I was going to go as long as they would let me, and, extra cushion helped, and I knew once we kind of scored again that it's probably going to be my game to finish.
What was your reaction to the news? When they told you were moving to the bullpen, what was your initial reaction?
I mean, it's kind of been that way all year, so it wasn't necessarily, a surprise. But like I said, my job is to go out there when I get the ball and pitch and put up zeros and help the team win.
What did you feel was effective for you today?
Everything.
What in particular? I mean, what made it a little bit easier out there for you?
I think getting ahead of hitters, strike one was big. Felt like I could throw a strike with every pitch. Felt back to, good mechanics, and felt like I was in sync with everything. And then obviously, I think Louie and I had a good game plan, and just, continuing to talk on how we wanted to attack guys.
You talk about just everything feeling good and in sync. It feels like you've had moments this year, flashes where you've looked the way you've wanted to look. For you, can you kind of pinpoint what is the biggest difference for you when you're having your struggles versus when you're looking like you did today?
Yeah, I mean, I think I felt in a good rhythm. I felt in sync most of the year. I think we've just had some spurts here and there where kind of gotten off track, but good to get back on track, and good to just pound the zone and be on the attack the whole day.
I know you had a save in the playoffs a couple of years ago. This first career regular season save mean anything to you?
It was a good 4 innings of work. Good win. Good sweep.
What's the satisfaction for you knowing you set the bullpen up pretty well for a long road trip?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're built up and you're a long guy, that's kind of your job. Go as deep as you can when you get the ball, and it's nice after the last couple of days to only use 2 guys today, and especially playing the day after we play at home all the way on the West Coast. We haven't had a single West Coast trip where we've had an off day after playing in New York, so I think just being able to get through that game with Nolan and I was a really good thing, and I think those guys will be fresh and ready to go.